What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine Moreno, your trusted realtor, and before we get started I want to thank each and every one of you that has subscribed to my channel. It truly means a lot to me and I appreciate your feedback and support. And if you are new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe and check out my last two videos on apartment hunting and my first YouTube video Q&A. Today we have a special guest. We have Mujica from Freedom Mortgage, and we work together in helping first-time homebuyers prepare and get pre-qualified for a mortgage loan. So before we get started, Luis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been doing mortgages for about 13 years. I've been in the industry. First, I was a processor, and then I segued into being on the lender side. I specialize in helping people with 1 to 4 family houses, condos, and co-ops, or any kind of residential finance.
Awesome. So the number one question first-time home buyers ask is, what is the very first step that we should do before we even start home hunting?
The first step what we should do in terms of before you start home hunting is get a strategy. Go into a lender's office, find out how much you need to save in terms of a down payment and closing costs, find out where you are credit-wise. Those are the first 2 steps that I would suggest. Let them know when you have to purchase something. I mean, what is sort of your time frame? Is it 3 to 6 months? Is it a year? Is it 2 months? And then he'll be able to adjust in terms of the strategy and what you need to do to get yourself at a pre-approved point.
Okay. And what are the required documents to get pre-approved?
The required documents to get pre-approved are 2 years recent W-2s, 2 years recent tax returns, 1 month recent pay stubs, and then also 2 months bank statements showing the down payment.
Showing the down payment.
Yes.
All right. So Luis, tell us, why is it so important to get pre-approved first before we even start home searching?
Well, the most important thing is it helps the realtor find properties that are actually in your price range. That's number 1. Number 2, it actually helps the client know what their monthly payment is, what their interest rates would sort of be, and also what they need in terms of a down payment and closing costs to complete the transaction.
So guys, I cannot stress this enough. It is very, very important for you to get pre-qualified first before you even go out there and start home hunting, because some people tend to overestimate or underestimate themselves. So it's always good to get that pre-qualification letter. That way, when you find a property, the chances of you getting that property will be higher since you have everything ready, and the process will be smoother. Once we have the required documents and we sit down with the mortgage lender, how long does it take for us to find out the amount that we got approved for?
Well, usually you should be able to get pre-approved by the same day.
Okay.
I mean, if you bring all the documents that we listed previously, it should take no time in terms of getting a pre-approval.
So will you, as a mortgage lender, be able to tell us an estimate of closing costs and all of that once we get pre-approved?
Yes, I mean, usually the closing down payment is between 3.5% to 20%, depending on the product that you're actually qualified for. I would say usually closing costs would be between 4 and 6% of whatever the purchase price is. It's always good to estimate a little higher in terms of down payment and closing, because you don't want to be short at the closing table.
Yes, and that is very important too. And are the mortgage interests locked in once we get pre-approved? And if not, when will we know the actual rates?
Usually what happens is at the pre-approval stage, you're not locked into an interest rate. I mean, we don't know how long it's going to take you to find a house. It could take you 1 month, could take you 3 months. But what happens is once you have a signed contract and then we start the application to the bank, you can then lock at that time.
Okay. What are 2 most common mortgage programs and how do they work?
Well, the 2 most common ones, there's FHA. You can put down as little as 3.5%. You do have to pay mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, but that's mostly common for first-time home buyers. Then there is a conventional loan, which you can put down as little as 5% to 20%. That usually is a little more credit heavy. It's a little more money in terms of cash outlay. That's usually for a little more of a person that has good credit and a little more cash to deal with.
And the final question, which is, what should we do after we get the pre-qualification letter?
You do what everybody else wants to do, and that's go find a house, right? You would then take the pre-qualification letter. It would have the purchase price that you're actually sort of qualified for. and you would take that to a realtor, and then they would start showing you homes within that price range. I suggest you stay within that price range, because if you go higher, you run the risk of not qualifying. So always stay in the price range that you're pre-approved for. If there's other houses or another area that you want to go into that you need to be pre-qualified more, go back to your lender and get a new pre-approval that way. Okay?
So this is where the fun begins. I'm not going to go over the home buying process because I have another video for that, so make sure you stay tuned. But these are important things to know at the very beginning of the home buying process. So if you have any questions, then you can leave a comment in the section below and we'll make sure to answer them. And if you want to get in touch with Louis directly, then Louis, tell us your contact information.
Well, you can contact me at 718-354-6664. That's my cell phone. Or you can send me an email at lou.mujica@freedommortgage.com.
So I'm also going to leave his contact information in the description section below. So if you want to speak with him directly, you can shoot him an email or message him through text, and he'll make sure to take good care of you. I'm telling you, he's experienced in first-time home buyer and all these like mortgage programs like the FHA and conventional loan. So that's basically it, guys. Thank you for watching, and just make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.